Greetings and welcome to the Astronomy Picture of the Day podcast. Today's picture is titled NGC 1333, Stellar Nursery in Perseus. So, what do we see here? Well, here we see a star-forming region in the constellation of Perseus. Now, NGC 1333 itself is a reflection nebula, and we can see the blue glow caused by light from the star being scattered off of dust grains that are around it. Now, when the dust is very dense, we see it as dark knots, and we can see a number of regions like that around this image as part of this molecular cloud. When there is enough dust there, it blocks out all of the light from behind it, so we can't see anything. And you can kind of see the transition here between that. When you see some of the dust as the whole region is covered in it, you can see some areas where it's just faded out the stars, and their stars seem to be muted in their color. And that's because it's blocking off some of the light and there aren't as many stars visible. When there's very little dust, then you can see most of the stars through it. And when there's a sufficient quantity of dust, all of the light is blocked out and it looks like there's nothing there, even though there are just as many stars behind those dusty areas as there are behind the others. Now we can also see some of the regions of star formation near it, especially to the upper right, where we can see a lot of the red glow. Now this red emission is caused by Herbig Auro objects, which are energetic jets from young stars. Essentially, when we see these objects, we are not seeing the stars themselves. They're still hidden. We would need to use infrared light to penetrate through the dust to be able to see what's going on there. However, jets of material from these young stars spewing out into space can then strike gas and dust in the interstellar medium, and especially that gas will then be excited and caused to glow. So what we're seeing in these objects is not the stars themselves, but the result of the energy of these stars as they are forming. Tremendous amounts of energy can be released and expelled out in two perpendicular jets, exactly opposite to one another and perpendicular to the plane of the forming star system. So yes, just like our own system, planets are forming out there as well, and we're starting to see that planets are very common within our galaxy. Now, many astronomers expected that, but it's only been recently, within the last couple of decades, that the number of planets that have been discovered has increased. And we're seeing some of the very early stages of that here in terms of the star formation. And when we look at areas like this, these molecular clouds, we're seeing the regions of star formation where eventually new stars and new planets will be forming as this process is ongoing within a galaxy such as ours. So that was our picture of the day, titled NGC 1333, Stellar Nursery in Perseus. We'll be back again tomorrow for the next picture, previewed to be Flight Day 13. So we'll see what that is about tomorrow. And until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.